I want to jump back a little bit to generational wealth because you mentioned that. That's such a fascinating topic to me. Let's take Warren Buffett, for example, the GOAT, right? He's retiring, but he's not giving his money to his kids. He's giving it most to charity, and then he's going to give his kids a little bit of money. Talk to me about, sell me on generational wealth and why it might be better to give your kids that money so they can go build something instead of just giving it to charity.
I just plan, like Warren Buffett knows what he's doing, and he's got 1% of Warren Buffett's money is way more money than I'll ever make. So he is giving his kids more money than I'll be able to give my kids. Let's be real. But I also know that this giving pledge that all these celebrities sign up for, 5% of them have actually done it. So it's way easier to say that you're going to give all your money away and not give it to your kids than actually hang your kids out to dry. Now, look, if I have challenges in life I can't control, there are some things that I can't control, and my kids could struggle with addiction. They could struggle with mental health. They could become burdens of society that actually can't take care of themselves. These are all possibilities. Different scenario, but assuming I can accomplish my goal, which is raise kids that can be good stewards of capital, raise kids that can lead companies, raise kids that can add value to the world. Money is a tool for them to amplify their goals and their impact on the world. So why would I not want them to have that amplification? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, if I look at the wealthy people, a lot of wealthy people that I know, and my story is no different, wealth is always a generational game. It's always a generational game. My great-great-grandfather came over to New York City, to Ellis Island, and he worked his whole life for $4 an hour so that his kids could go to high school in Manhattan. Then they moved out and, worked their whole lives making $12 an hour so their kids could go to a decent high school and go to college. My parents met in college. That set me up. They were earning in the top 1% of the world by the time I was born, and I was able to take a little bit more risk and go start a company. Most people don't have that because they don't have that stability. They don't have that. We can talk about the dynamics of a loving relationship and what that does for kids, but wealth is always a generational game. So when these people act like it's not, it's just a cop-out, in my opinion.
I like that. That makes a lot of sense. So if you had $100,000 to give your kids, would you send them to college? Would you give them that money to try to build a business? What are your thoughts here with how you're going to set your kids up for success when they become adults?
It's a funny thing because I'm by no means self-made. Like, I was born in America. My parents have a safety net. I don't really like the term self-made, but I did not come from wealth. My parents didn't own assets. They both worked for salaries. They didn't have equity in a business. They didn't have any real estate. So now that I do have those things and I plan to be the one to give and enable my kids, it's kind of foolish for me to think that there won't be strings attached to that. And I think a lot of rich kids feel this, is that yes, their dads help set them up, or their uncles or whoever might have the money, but with it comes a lot of strings and control. So I hope that I have a relationship that's still healthy with my kids so that I can give them money for ventures, loan them money, do business with them without controlling their lives. That's, I think, a big problem. But I'm already thinking about some of those things that can go wrong.
And that's key. It's such a tough balance, right? Because you do want to provide that help, but you also need to let them make their mistakes, and you could help them, but that might be worse for them long term. So I'm glad you're thinking about it.
I know a lot of kids my age, so not kids at all. They're young adults. They're 35 years old. They have wives. They have kids. But like, their parents paid for their country club membership. Their parents bought their Escalades. Their parents pay for their kids' school. And I think that's a blessing. I will probably do the same thing. But they also have nothing good to say about their relationship with their father-in-law or their father because of the control and the strings that comes with that. So I think generational wealth is very complex. I'm not foolish enough to think that I have it figured out. My oldest kid is 7. And I hope that I can, priority number 1 is raise kids that can handle stress and raise kids that can add value to the world. And I think if I can do those 2 things, the opportunity for me to enable them with cash or investment or loans or partnerships or opportunities are endless, really. So yeah, it's an exciting challenge that I can't wait to go after, but it's going to be difficult.